morning. I am Ifiemi Andrew. Let's begin with headlines on the Vanguard newspaper. Economy out of ICU. Citizens still in pain. NECA. Anger over planned pay rise for political office holders. This is a big one. I think that came out yesterday. And they say, the president so still receives 8 million or thereabout. Some people receive 1 point something million, and so on and so forth. And they can't. And when they say these things, they do not tell you about the benefits that they get to. They just only, point out the basic salary. That's the trick, like that's the trick. They just pick out the basic salary, which is still big anyways, because somebody getting 8 mil, and then minimum wage is 70,000. I don't know anybody that's working in a civil service that's earning ₦1 million. But you just get into one office as okay, let's not even argue that. Let's say, well, because of the office you occupy and so on, we'll pay you. But then they don't talk about the benefits. They don't talk about their retirement package as a former governor, as a former president. And they don't bring up those parts. They just want to tell us the basic salary is small. It's been the same since 2008. We need to review it because of the economic situation. Oh yeah. So just the basic salary is what they put out there. And nobody talks about car allowance, house allowance, security allowance, allowance for personal aids, healthcare service for the governor, and on capped family number of family members. They don't include those ones. They just tell you the basic salary we earn, the sitting allowance and the newspaper allowance and all of those ones. They don't include those. They don't. I think those ones are not. Those ones, they don't get it. Still on the Vanguard newspaper. Federal government raises GDP targets to 5%, far ahead IMF projection. Assault on core member, Soludo sacks vigilante operatives. That's on the Vanguard newspaper. Labour House document controversy. This one, NSITF apologizes to NLC. We'll find details of those on the Vanguard. Let's quickly go over to the Punch now and see what we have there on the Punch newspaper. 2027 showdown. Wike Makinde rift threatens high-stakes PDP convention. Federal government to earn $200 billion revenue from Lekki Port, Oyetola. This one says, NBA report, Adeleke demands federal government unblock Oshun's allocation. Now, this is where it's crazy in this country, and the politics we play all in the name of politics. And we say we are practicing democracy. So because you think you want to fight me, or maybe you don't, you are, an opposition political party. And you know how we choose the words when it's comfortable. Oh, the president is a president for all, not a president of the APC. But the president can, do certain things to destabilize a state where the governor is not from the APC. Forgetting that the governor is a governor of all, not a governor of the PDP. But when it's convenient, we'll make the argument that no, the president or the governor is not of our political party, is of the nation. But then, in this action, how would you describe it? And then you know how they're so intelligent with how they do these things. They look for excuses. They would go and tell you that one court thing that was instituted by somebody that perhaps was sponsored by them or sent by them, so they can have a legal reason to hold this thing down. All this, and then the funny part is the people who act like they don't know, or the followers that are so blinded and are only aware of whatever they are told. They have not even bothered to even think on their own, because of course some of them have not eaten well, so you never have the time to think properly. So whatever you are told is what it is, because you are trying to get your daily bread out of it as well. But that's the country that we're in. That you would, local government workers in Osun State, for how many months now? I was listening to Bode George even say that it got to a point that the man is trying to fund from his pocket with the support of his brother and his nephew, the singer Davido, to fund local government because, I mean, he's not been able to access local government fund. This is a local government fund that they have been shouting that it's coming directly. Oh, Supreme Court judgment, we are paying direct. Oh, this one, that one. Oh. But because of political interest now, all this drama is happening and they are going to look for, trust me, they will look for a justifiable reason why they are doing it. So there's a difference between being just and being righteous. Still on the Punch. Katsina Mosque terror attack, death toll hits 32. All of those are on the Punch newspaper. You can go and get the details. The numbers to call are 0817 923 0002, 0817 923 0002. You can also call 0817 923 0007. On Facebook, we are live at Nigeria Info 92.3 PH. That's the Facebook handle. Again, Nigeria Info 92.3 PH. That's the Facebook handle, so you can join in on the conversation this morning. Watch and listen to us live on Facebook. Drop your comments and try to keep them short. Don't forget to click on the share button as well. You guys don't click on the share button. Come on. All right, do us one better. Click on the share button while you drop your comments. So, Larry Spieth says all those litigations against all admin, Mr. President and local government is a waste of money and time because it will be overtaken by events. This is the boldness, and that's where people look at the judiciary, and sometimes you just put your head down and shake it. You know that there were PDP governors that went to court because of this emergency rule, right? And to look at whether it is legal or not. They've not heard that case till today. That's the system we operate. It's not to say that the system is. You have lawyers that try to say the judiciary is. No, you would always look for an excuse not to do what you want to do, especially if you have interest or you have some political figures that you are, leaning to or that are funding you and keeping you on retainership. It's simple and short. These are the things. These cases are so sensitive, and you would expect that they would be expedited and looked at. But now it's still there. So all these people going to court now with all this election, it's because some people will also still believe that the courts will, at the end of the day, they will finish everything. Events would overtake it, and then, sorry, there's nothing you can do about it. That's the Nigerian political system of running things. This is how politicians do what they do. Well, this one says Lorenzo Delight, Governor Soludo sacking vigilante for assaulting YC member is a commendable one. Let it serve as deterrent to others. Ogo General Justice says, Andrew, your news did not do what? Oh, Ogo General Justice, you can send post that again or drop a comment on that again. Ayana Ogu says, good morning. Litigation against IBAS is a waste of what? Time. What is the waste management agency doing? Port Harcourt is smelling. Andrew, you're asking me. Thank God ability. You're asking me. Well, there's a new sheriff in town with regards to Riwama, so let's give them some time. I think they just came in, so they would have to perhaps sit down, look at the contractors involved and a few things, and then from there know what would happen. America says, I don't know why our politicians are only after their stomach. If political office holders are claiming on their pay salary, how come they become bastardly rich after their tenure? It's because you people don't ask questions. People will hail them. When they come back with monies they did not have before they entered office, you now call them your leader. So that's why. That's the answer to that. America, I don't know why our politicians are only after their stomach. Right? Justice or President Tinubu can travel and attend meetings abroad, but most importantly, let the travels yield positive results. Okay, that's good. Victor Emmanuel says pension and gratuity should be implemented after verification. All of those are on Facebook. All right, let's go to the phone lines now. We'll start with Yenegwa. Gift is on the line. Hello, Gift. Good morning.
Good morning, Andrew.
Yep, go on.
Let me start with the pensioners. 5,500 persons that are good. I don't know how to even classify this. 2,500. Andrew, can you do that? receiving salary illegally, and somebody will tell me that the sole administrator is not working. Somebody will open his mouth and tell me gift that the sole administrator is not working. Do you know how much this man has saved for the state? 2,500 is not child's play. And they should go ahead and continue with this process. You see, it will climb up to even 5,000. Yes, no taking. These are monies that are supposed to go for other matters that are so important in the state. And the people who are into court, I don't know, just like what you pointed out, PDP governors went to court. I think another CSO, other group went to court, individuals. This one again said they threatened that they refused to listen to their call or whatever, so they are heading to court again. How many persons in one particular matter heading to court? Nothing will come out. They should just calm down and forget about where were these people before this time. They never did anything. They endorsed October 5th that the Supreme Court declared null and void after Sashifto Lukosha went to court to challenge that process that was illegal. And these persons are now coming out to tell me what? Andrew, after from that, I thank God I have given my dad a defeating bed the 15th of August. I just came back.
Oh.
That is why he's not been hearing my voice.
All right. Accept my empathy and condolence to you and your family. Litambari from Bori, good morning.
Good morning, Ifiemi Andrew.
Yeah, good morning.
Yeah, let me look at the calm down as the emergency rule comes to an end. I think it would be a better one for me, seeing that the suspended governor returned back to his seat. But Ifiemi, my most fear and contention when it comes to the governor, the suspended governor, are those who are around him and those who are still, saying they will institute more court actions against the emergency rule. I don't know if there is something moving them, whether they don't understand that some of these actions they are putting on is also affecting the suspended governor. Because sometimes they will feel like
Susie,
Governor
Letambari, which action is affecting the governor?
Take that action.
Letambari, which action is affecting the governor?
The court action they threatened all over.
How?
Those groups who said they institute the court action against the
So are we saying that anybody that goes to wait now, Letambari, hold on. Are we saying that anybody that goes to court because they do not understand how things are being done are now supporters of the governor? There are no people that just go to court because they're not happy with how things are done, or they feel things are not done according to the provisions of the law and they want to seek clarity. So we don't have any people like that. You think everybody is for the governor because of the governor is why they're going to court?
If you understand my statement, I am not saying it is the governor that sent them.
Then allow them go to court and do whatever they want to do. They have a right to do that.
They have the right to do.
Exactly. So you shouldn't say it's affecting the governor.
They expect that dead body would have littered in the state and all that. People would have been killing people, houses burned down. Why would they have that kind of sentiment?
They did not say that. They did not say, nobody mentioned dead body later, Barry. They did not say they want dead body everywhere.
Nothing happened. You expect something to happen. Who's person's son?
Later, Barry, nobody said that they should kill everybody everywhere. They didn't say that.
There is need for protection for this thing not to happen.
They didn't.
I don't know if you're following my
I
point.
get what you are saying, but nobody said dead bodies everywhere. Nobody said they will keep people everywhere. They only went to court to explain what is happening.
Because they do not see any evidence that would have warranted an emergency rule. That is where I'm against them. I am not saying they should not go to court. That's not what I'm saying. But they are saying they do not see any reasons for the emergency rule. And they expect that things would have happened. Social events would have happened.
All right, later, Barry. So let them go to court and let the court tell them otherwise or not. Thank you very much. Susie from Erema, good morning.
Good morning, Andrew. Well, for me, I also agree that, like we have always said, people have right to go to court to vent their grievance or whatsoever. But there is a logical quantifier here. which at the time we have always cried and hewed whenever we go to court. We're already having a pre-misconception or a misconception that somebody would have worked with the court, because automatically whatever the court says, according to our jurisprudence, becomes the law. But when you go to court and then you have in your mind that the court may not do justice, what is justice when the pronouncement is made by the court? Because it didn't go your way, you think it's not justifiable. And then you have emotions, believing that the suit you file and then the argument you pose, don't you know that even the other person you suit to court will also defend himself? So I agree that those who went to court have that right. But let it not be that at the end of the day, we'll come back to this same radio station to say that so somebody has also bribed the court. And for some Rivers people speaking a certain agenda for the governor's resumption and all of assumption of office, I want to also ask a question. What about the 37 pages of the New Rivers vision, continuity and continuation of the governor as at that time? Has that changed? Are we not getting the governor confused? Suppose he resumes office? Because when we begin to reel out certain things that are contrary to what I knew from the beginning, before this man resumed office or he was elected into office, 37 pages, everything that we are talking about that we are repeating today are already written in that thing, except for those who don't have a copy of that thing. Me, I have it in my archive, and I will save it in us part. That is it, Susie from my community. Thank you.
All right, Susie. Thank you. Good morning. All right, this message here says, Andrew, which kind of nation is this? It says, are you? Just want to get that clearly. Are you telling me that the Supreme Court is just watching and allowing the emergency rule sail through? It's less than a month now. Everything will be over. So some people would say, well, it's just the delay tactics, and there's nothing wrong about the delay tactics. If you want to look at law, there would be technicalities as to why it has not been given speedy, accelerated hearing. That's it. Good morning. On Oshun, Nigeria is not practicing democracy on that enable. Hence the reason the head of one tier of government can withhold funds of another tier and starve innocent workers and their families. Just like Rivers State, where Supreme Court says don't release funds to the governor without elected chairman. But the same funds were released to appointed sole administrators without elected local government chairmen. The judiciary is not independent. There is no rule of law and no popular sovereignty on that Tinubu. Best in Port Harcourt. You sent that one. Someone says, greetings. The audacity, someone to call, for somebody to say nothing will come out of a court case. Then you're talking about emergency rule in Rivers State. It's so unfortunate. Bright in Remo de Maya, good morning.
Thank you, Ifiemi. Good morning.
Yeah, go on, Bright.
Those in litigation issues with administrator, I think if you ask me, I would advise them to forget about those matters, because there's nothing that will come up. The reason is that the man have stayed for about 5 months, waiting for at least like 1 or 2 months to go. So the River State will continue with their progress. Why not allow the administrator to do his work? The man have done too many things, verification, to maintain secretariat and others. They should forget about those matters so that he will do his work and go. So concerning salaries to civil servants, politicians, how do you expect me, if I call me and I will be the one to fix my salary, fix my allowance? All these things are supposed to be done by institutions laid down on ground before politicians will come and serve their tenure and go. Then when politicians come and take over everything, they will fix what will suit them. That is how it is. So I will advise, let's pray for strong institutions that will make sure everything is in place. At the end of the day, everything that suits every other person will be given to that person, not by one-sided. Thank you. Worship Bright.
All right, Bright, thank you. But then we have the Revenue Mobilization Allocation and Fiscal Commission, all right, that would review the salaries. The only question you'd ask is who appoints the people there? Maybe that will give us a better picture. Who appoints the people in that commission? Are they independent to look at things objectively? But like I said, they're only telling us about basic salary. That's the only thing they are pointing out. If you know the many other benefits that they get, for just that little time. I mean, we've heard many lawmakers come out and talk about how much lawmakers make entirely in totality for a month, how much they go home with, aside just the basic salary. And you'll be in the voice of Patrick Ogbayabo, bewildered by what you would hear and the sum that they go home with. But when they put it out there to have this conversation, they make a case to just say the basic salary alone. All right. So even if we were to just oppose that with civil servants, what are the benefits that civil servants get? Okay, take away civil servants' basic salary. What are the other benefits that they get? If you add the benefits to their basic salary, how much does it amount to even? That's if they have. Those suing the sole administrator should rest because nothing will come out of it. Woike Odinaka, you sent in that message. This one says, those going to court against the emergency rule are causing more problems to the suspended governor. They should allow him return in peace. Going to court may increase the suspension. Skifu Piro sent in that one. Unfortunately, Chima, sorry, but we don't have time. This person says, Supreme Court knows what they are doing. Thank God ability at Twigbu. You sent in that message. Another one here from Andrew. Let me tell you. It says EFCC officials are the main criminals. They came to my neighborhood Tuesday midnight. They came with ladder, entered through the fence, removed the roof of a building, damaged the POP, carried the occupants of the house, took bikes and cars. Is that how to make arrest without invitation? What happened to one of them in Anambra has not taught them any lesson. A maker from a gruta. Well, how do we react to that? I want to ask why APC and PDP doing campaign for incoming local government election. They are not contesting with anybody now. They should save their energy as they have selected the people they want to fit those offices. Malaki from Port Harcourt, you sent in that message. All right, we'll go on a short commercial now. Business news comes up at 7 o'clock. Good morning.